Alright, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash.
Double honors to our teachers, our head apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to your brothers and your sisters that's listening, that's pushing this word to get up out of here. And I'm the brother Micaiah.
And I'm Shakwat.
Okay, and today, the Spirit came on us to do a lesson on how, basically, you have to endure in this, man. The Lord is going to chasten you. Once you come into this, you're going to go through hell, you know? And ultimately, that's going to lead to you becoming perfect. You know, it's the path into perfection. You see? And then we're going to start with the precept in Hebrews 12.
Okay. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 5. Have ye forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children? My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord.
You see? Once the Lord is putting you through hell, you're not supposed to despise it. You know? You gotta take that chastisement. Because ultimately it's for what? It's for your betterment. Go on.
Again, my son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai loveth, he chastiseth.
You see? If he loves you, he's going to put you through it. He's going to put you through that hell. You see? Because ultimately it's to build you up. That precept in Revelation 3 and 19.
Okay. It's the book of Revelation chapter 3 and verse 19. As many as I love, I rebuke.
You see? As many as he loves, he rebukes. If he loves you, you're going to go through it, man. Trust me. Best believe that you're going to go through it. If you come into this truth, what's that?
Sarek. And if I may add, like a father, you know, if you chastise your son, you're basically correcting him. You know, for the better. You know, it's the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, the second chapter and the first verse. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
You see? When you come to serve the Lord, you got to prepare yourself, man. Because best believe it, you're going to go through it, man. If Yahushai went through it, what makes you think you're not going to go through it too?
And scriptures say the servant is not greater than his master.
Come on, man. Yahushai went through it. And Yahushai, he's our deliverer. He's our power. All power and authority is given to Yahushai. If he went through that hell, he went through that hell, we can't even comprehend. We can't even go through that hell ourselves. You know, we can't even bear that burden that he went through. If he went through it, you think we're not gonna go through it too? The same way, the same chastisement that the Lord. What's that precept? He that the cross. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Matthew.
Yeah, to 10:38.
Matthew chapter 10 and verse 38. He that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
You see? If you don't take up your cross, you're not worthy of Yahushai, man. You gotta gird up your soul. Salakia. Gird up your loins like a man and take whatever tribulation that you gotta go through. Wherever it's from, work, family, your woman. You just gotta go through it, man, because ultimately it's building you up, man. It's there to perfect you, you know? To be likened unto Romans
8.
To be likened unto his image.
Real quick, I got a precept to back up on how you said Yahushua went through it, so we got to go through it too, you know. Matthew 15, Salakia, St. John, chapter 15 and verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord.
You see? The servant is not greater than his Lord, man. Yo, if Yahushua went through it, best believe we're going to go through it too. if you come into this, you come into this, I'm an Israelite, now I kick back and relax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's gonna be easy now.
That's when it really begins to get tough, man.
That's when, cause before, when you're not part of this, when you're in the world, you didn't know what the fuck was going on. You were doing all type of folly, all type of madness. You didn't even know that you were in hell. Because hell is a condition, right? There's two definitions, the grave and then the condition. When you're going through something, you're like, oh, I'm going through a hell right now. You were going through that hell without even you knowing it. So once you come into it, man, now you know. Your conscience knows now. So now, your
conscience is aware.
Yeah.
Because before in the world, when you were in the world, you're doing whatever. And you didn't care. But little did you know that one false, your next step could have been a death. Yahweh could have put you to death, man.
Yeah, bro.
Because that's what these niggas do. They just walk around like all is well. They tough, you know what I mean? There's no fear of Yahweh.
They think their own lives in their own hands, Bro, you have a creator, best believe that, man. And he's holding your life. He has your life. And he could decide if you die the next day or the few weeks that, in the next few weeks. Yo. Go on with that precept.
This is the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. Salakia 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son.
You see? We're going through this, man, to be conformed to the image of Yahweh Shai, his son.
Remember the lesson Gabar did? You know how that woman, that she said she went to the smith, was it? The weapon he put, what was it? The iron?
I think it was iron or silver. It was,
I think it was silver or something. And she went into how she went to see a smith, and she asked him, she inquired of him, how do you know when silver or gold is refined? How do you know it's ready? And then she said how the smith told her, when I see my image in it.
That's why we're going through that fire. Until the Lord sees that image, He's not going to put not too much, not too little, just the right amount,
just the right amount of heat,
Get 1 Corinthians 10.
1 Corinthians. 10 and 13. No temptation?
Yeah.
This is a book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
You see? Whatever you go through, man, the Lord's gonna He's not gonna put you into a situation that you can't get out of it, man. Although at the time, when you're going through it, it might seem like shit, I can't take this shit anymore, man. Demons fucking with you and shit, telling you, you're nothing, you're not a man of the Lord, whispering in your ear. But the Lord put you through that because he knows there's an escape. And ultimately, him putting you through that is to build you up. It's to build you up again. What's that precept? The furnace of affliction. Isaiah
48, It's the book of Isaiah chapter 48 and verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. But not with silver. Yahweh Shemeshah didn't refine us with silver. What did he refine us by? By tribulation, by chastisement.
God. Yeah.
Behold, I'm going to read that again. Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
You see, we got to go through that hell, man. The furnace of affliction. I'm gonna get that definition right quick.
Word affliction.
This is from the strong Salakia. This is from the Blue Letter. And it reads, for that word affliction, it says affliction, poverty, misery. We gotta go to that misery.
Yeah, poverty. Poverty when you're brought low.
When you're brought low, before honor comes humility. We gotta go through a certain type of hell. We gotta go through a certain type of affliction, of misery, of poverty.
or else we wouldn't be worthy of the kingdom. The kingdom is not a cakewalk, you know?
Yeah, what's that? The narrow is the one in Matthew, the narrow.
Con.
Broad is the
way, and narrow is con. You can go on with the definition. I'm gonna get that for you,
Con. You see? Salakia. Yeah, it said, Salakia, I just lost it for a sec. Yeah, it says affliction, poverty, misery. Let me see in the Strong's definition. It says depression, misery, afflicted, trouble. We gotta go through that trouble, man. You see? When you come into this, the Ecclesiasticus 2:1, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
You know, and that's when it starts.
Mm-hmm.
When you come into the truth, that's when it really gets real.
Cause what's it called? The people in the world, they already got God, you know? Esau already got them.
Yeah.
You know?
They're snared.
Satan already got them. So when you come out of that spell, come out from the world, from that darkness, you know, in the light now. You know how like you're sleeping, right?
Yeah.
You know, somebody comes in the room, opens the light, and then you know you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Close the fucking light. You know?
Yeah.
He said, close the light. That's the same thing, you know? When we come into this, the people from outside the world, I mean, from the world, actually, you know, when they see the light, they're like, yo, get the fucking light away from me. The ones that, you know, that love that darkness, you know? And what I was about to get into is, what I was about to say, Salakia, is Satan, he's not looking for the people that already got God.
He's looking for your Khan.
He's looking for the ones that have the light.
Khan.
If you have the light, best believe Satan is gonna come for you, man.
Khan.
You know, Satan's looking for the men, for the few sisters out there that's upright, you know, that has that light, that has Yahweh Bashim Yahushua as their guidance. You see, he's looking for the meek and lowly, you know, he's looking for the humble, the ones that's truly worshiping and serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's who he's gonna come for. He's not gonna go for the fucking thug, you know.
Because he already
got him, but that thug already has a fucking death angel, you know, right on top of your head, bro, you know. He turns right, boom, right there. You know, he's whatever his ops, you know, already got him. You know, that's Satan's not looking for no person that already got God in this world, man. He's looking for
the men of the Lord.
For the men of the Lord.
That's a threat, bro. Those are the truth threats. Not a guy with a pistol. You know what I mean?
We're a threat to Esau.
Yeah, God, just by the word.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
we're a threat to Esau because every time we preach this word, a piece of his society, Salakia, of his kingdom is crumbling. It's falling. You know, every time the brothers go out there to camp, you know, to preach for this gospel, man, a piece of this man's kingdom is crumbling. That's why he's trying so hard, but he's not sleeping until, you know, he causes somebody to fall, you know. He's not sleeping until, you know, bringing down brothers' videos and stuff, you know.
Yeah, but you gotta question that. Like, why are these videos getting taken down, but these are being kept?
You know,
twerking, gunplay. You know,
the turnings of things upside down, man. This kingdom, bro, it's all folly, man. And that's why the path is narrow. You got it?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse, I'm going to start at verse 13. Enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go therein, thereat, Salakia. Verse 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life.
You see? The path to life, man. It's not a broad. It's narrow, man.
And the verse before that, it says the path is broad. So that's where everybody's headed. You know what I mean?
Because it's easy.
Yeah, this is light.
You know, being in the world,
you can do what you want, and you can hop around, bro. But on a narrow path, you gotta be careful how you walk, because you might fall off, bro.
Yeah, but it's like, what's that precept that you said earlier? Was the water and the sand. You see?
The 7th chapter.
When you come into the narrow path, man, yo, you gotta be careful, but you gotta be like, you know, you gotta be balanced.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was thinking this.
You gotta be balanced, man. You know.
And that's even because the scriptures tell us in Proverbs a false balance
is an abomination
to the Lord. So you gotta find your balance to walk that straight and narrow path, or that narrow.
You have to have that balance, man. Because there's the fire.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, And I'm gonna start at 6, verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of good things. The entrance thereof is narrow.
You see? The entrance to the kingdom is narrow.
It's narrow.
It's not broad, man. Because the broad gate, there's all type of folly, all type of, you know?
Because you can come out wherever. You can come however you want.
You know, what the Lord doesn't want that, man.
You know? But a narrow path, you have to be built a certain way to walk that narrow path.
Exactly.
You know?
That's why that furnace, that fire, it gets you to that, you know?
Shapes and molds.
It shapes, it molds you, you know?
Yeah.
King style, you know? Because this right here is a Salakia. Dang, what's that word I'm looking for? This right here is building you up mentally, you know, to be like a king. Because this book right here is for king, man. It's for kings. You see? If you're coming in that nigga spirit, you think...
You're not gonna get shit, bro. You know? The scriptures actually say that. They tell you to put off the old man.
Put off the old...
Be renewed by... roughly paraphrase, you gotta... by the renewing of your mind. So you gotta approach this a certain way. You can't have the same mentality as you did in the world.
Exactly.
Like committing adultery, you know what I mean? Talking about another man's wife. Lusting after another man's wife.
That's why the path is narrow, man. That's why it's narrow.
It's narrow.
You gotta follow the statutes and commandments of the Lord. You see? You gotta follow the instructions that He gave you.
Yeah, I gotta...
You see?
Real quick. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. And I'm gonna start up the top. This is just pertaining to us being groomed to be kings, you know? The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive instruction.
You see?
Salakia, to receive the instruction.
You see? To receive the instructions. And those instructions, what are they there for? They're there to build you up.
To guide you.
To guide you. You see? For you to know how to maneuver to that straight gate. You know?
That narrow path.
That narrow path, so you know how to balance yourself. You know,
even the scriptures they teach you how to balance stuff to find that balance. You know.
Yeah. You gotta find that balance because if you don't have that balance, you can have a false balance. And what's the scripture say? A false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. You see? Go back to that.
There's a bit more. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 3, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity. You know? So you know how to judge situations. Yeah. You're basically being groomed, bro.
Like, you know how to take this, you know? You know how to maneuver around certain things. You know? Like if family members, you know how to maneuver around them, you know?
Harmless as
be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know how to maneuver, you know? Because, you already see the type of spirit there, and you see that demon already on them, you know? You're not going to tell them, you have a demon on you, you know? I'm not going to talk to you, but... Because if you tell them, they'll be like, what the fuck, you know?
They'll be
like, this guy's crazy. So you gotta, use certain words, like, what's it called? Small talk, you know?
Small talk.
Yeah, with small talk, all right, back to your room, you know? I'm out of there, you know?
Yeah. Before
that demon comes in, latches, but that's why those instructions, those judgments, those commandments are there for you, to give you those instructions for you to know how to maneuver, to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You see? Is there more?
Yeah, one more. Oh, there's actually 2 more verses. To give subtlety to the simple, and to the young men knowledge and discretion, because we were simple before this, you know?
Yeah. Bro, you were simple,
Yeah, you know?
Jake was simple back in the world, man, you know? Jake was doing all type of shit, you know?
Crazy folly, bro.
Folly.
Call Allah Yahweh Shemashah.
The water, Yahweh Shemashah, the water.
You know? Verse 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning.
You see?
That's that grooming, you know what I mean? And learning how to walk that path.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
A wise man will hear. So that means we must be wise. You see? Through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, of course, because he's the one that called us into this. See? Only the wise men are going to listen, are going to hearken into the instructions. You see? Because they see that narrow path, that straight gate is the only way to get into the kingdom. That broad path is not going to lead you nowhere, man, except for darkness. That's why the wise man is going to hear and listen and take up those instructions and go to that narrow and straight path. You see?
And through the Spirit, even before coming into this, every brother had their own path, you know, every walk, you know, but through the Spirit, Yahweh Shemashai gave them certain attributes. Like, you know, they gave us, certain brothers would know that, yo, this is not it.
Exactly.
You know? They know that it's something greater. They have that in them, you know? Like, Yahweh Shemashai planted that in them to be like, yo, to search, to seek out Yahweh Shemashai, you know?
Because what's the scripture said, Jeremiah 1:5, before I
formed thee in the belly, I
knew thee. You see? The Lord already gave us the instructions back in the spirit world, man. You know, way back we already knew, you know? What we just read in Romans before, the 8 and 29, you know? What did it say? Damn.
8 on 28?
8 and 29 when it said
image.
I foreknew.
Yeah, I got that. I still got that. I'm gonna read that again. Romans chapter 8 and verse 29. For whom he did foreknew.
You see? For whom he did foreknew. See, that means you already knew what you were gonna do.
Yeah.
Cause he gave you those instructions.
Yeah.
You see? But once you come back to this world, you know, there's no remembrance of former things. Yeah. But once you come into this truth, you know, stuff start coming back. You know, now you know, oh, that's why I was here. That's why, you know?
Yeah, and through the Spirit, to know something, I mean, to remember something, you had to have known it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know?
Khan, but that was the point. We could go back on
the city?
Khan.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm going to read that again. Going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse, I'm going to read 6. And also another thing, a city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall.
In a dangerous place. It's in a dangerous place, man. Babylon the Great is dangerous, man. You see? In a dangerous place. This is that dangerous place. You see? Because there's all type of folly left and right. Wherever you go, there's some type of folly. Before I go, where I should not return the valley of the shadow of death. You know? Paraphrasing, you know, Job. You see? This is that dangerous place. That's why that path is so narrow, man.
And we gotta go through this dangerous place.
Exactly, because there's no other way you're gonna get to the kingdom if you don't go to that dangerous place, man. That's why the path is narrow, because there's danger on every side.
Real quick, I got something for you. It's the book of Isaiah 51, and verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth, that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit.
Come on, man. He should not die in the pit, which is Babylon, where you just read that dangerous place. This is that dangerous place, man.
You know?
You see? And the only way you could get through it is going to that straight gate. Through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, of course. You know? That was it?
Just a bit more. And that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. You know, going back to going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 7 verse 7 again. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
You see, there's that fire and that water. You know, it's like you're walking on a string.
Yeah.
You're walking on a string.
In that pit, bro.
Yeah,
you're walking through the pit on a string. Yeah,
see, that's that pit. In that pit, there's water, you know? And fire is what? It's a cleansing agent. And water as well. They're both cleansing agents. You see? You know, you're trying to balance yourself, you know?
Trying to get through that pit, bro.
That pit, you see?
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's not just an easy walk where it's a cakewalk. Yeah.
Exactly. But through the spirit of Yahweh, you know, through the spirit of power of Yahweh, it's easy. Because what's that? Take my Salakia. Let me get that.
You know?
This is Matthew 11 and verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. You see? We got to take up that yoke. If you read on verse 30, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You see, Yahweh Shai's burden and his yoke is easy, man. Although once you go through that tribulation, you know, it's hard.
And it feels hard.
It feels hard. But once you've gone through that, you're like, oh, I actually went through that shit, you know? Now you know what's up, though, you know?
Build it up.
If you go through that again, you know how to maneuver. You know how to, you know? That's why Yahweh Salaka, that's why Yahweh Shai's burden is easy. It's light. You see? That's why you gotta take it. You know, you gotta take up your cross.
Gird up thy loins like a man.
There's no other way you can. If Yahweh Shai went through it, you gotta best believe you're gonna go through it too. Even the Revelation 1.
Yeah, Khan.
Even John went through it too. What did he say?
And John was Yahweh Shai's.
John was Yahweh Shai's favorite. If Yahweh Shai went himself through that hell, and John, his favorite, went through that hell as well, of course we're gonna go through the same thing too. Okay. You see?
There's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 9. I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation.
You see? I, John, who also am your brother and your companion in tribulation. He said he's our companion to that tribulation. That means he had to go through it as well. You know? We're not gonna get any what's it called? You know, any jolly walk, you know?
Yeah.
A little, we're gonna go through hell, man. We're gonna go through that fire. You see? Is that Zechariah 13 and 8?
There's a bit more on
that. Consolake.
I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, was in the isles that is called Patmos for the word of the Most High and for the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
You see?
You know? So John was also awaiting the kingdom of Yahweh Shai.
Exactly. Just like we're awaiting as well.
You know? You wanted Zechariah
13 and 8. Let's believe we're gonna go through that fire as well, man. It's a must.
It's a must.
We gotta get purified, man. For all the folly, all the that we've committed in the world, man, we gotta go through that fire.
We have to bear the indignation of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Bear the after that get Micah 9.
Oh, yeah, 7 and Khan. This is the book of Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
That's the 2/3. You know, them wicked jakes. They're gonna catch hell for real, you know? They're gonna catch that.
You know, and that's another thing too. We should rejoice that we get to go through tribulation.
Exactly.
With Yahweh Shai, you know? Because the 2/3, they weren't chosen to even go through the tribulation, you know?
They got something special for them,
you
know? Yahweh Shai got special, you know? They got the missiles with it, you know? Jake's name is written on the missile, you know? Because that fire too, the Lord is going to be in that fire. The Spirit of the Lord is going to be in that fire, man. Imagine that, bro. The Spirit of the Lord is going to be in that fire. Shit, bro. Yo, that's going to be some... And it's not going to be no quick thing, too. You know, you're going to go... Ooh, you're going to be in torment in that fire, man. And that's for you 2/3.
Wicked jakes.
Gone.
Who love it here.
You know? Hey, if you love it here, hey, you got to take up that... You know?
Yeah, you got to get that, too, bro.
Hey, come on, man. Since you love it so much, you better take a part of that destruction as well. You better love that destruction as well.
You got to go out with it.
Yeah? Good.
Reading on in Zechariah 13 and verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire.
And you see, the third part is the elect. He's going to be the elect through the fire. You see? We're going to go through that tribulation. The elect's not going to be, you know? Well, Scripture said we're going to be scarcely saved. Scarcely, man. So we got to go through that, man.
And will refine them as silver is refined.
You see, as silver is refined. And there's a certain, like you said before earlier, you know, there's a certain way to refine that silver.
To know when it's ready to take out, you know?
Exactly.
When Yahweh Shemashai sees his image in it, that's when the tribulation is finished. That's ultimately what? Us finishing the race.
Exactly.
That's us enduring to the end. That's when Yahweh Shemashai is going to say, okay.
Nah,
you know?
I could take him
you know?
out. Yeah.
And we don't know when that set time is, except Yahweh. Yahweh knows, you know? You know? But Lord willing, we endure to the end. I will, Salaki, I'm going to read that again. Zechariah 13:9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is my power.
You see, that's why you have to go to that tribulation, to that fire. Because at the end, the Lord is going to redeem us back. Because, you know, before he turned his face from us. So now we're in that process of him revealing his face unto us. You see? He's revealing himself unto us. Because scriptures say what? He's a power that hides himself. You know, not everybody can come into this. You know, this is precious. This is what the scriptures say refers to as a precious pearl. You see? A man sold everything to get it, paraphrasing. That's, you know, this is precious, man. You see?
And that's why scriptures tell us to hold fast to that which thou hast.
Hold fast.
You know, and if you have something precious, you're not gonna try to share with somebody. You know
Exactly.
But although we know that we have to preach the gospel, but it's to a certain extent, you know.
Exactly.
You have the spiritual eyes to see, you know, who's really worthy to hear the words.
Exactly.
You know?
That's why you have those commandments, those instructions. That's why the Lord gave you those instructions for you to, you know, you know what to. That's why it says, despise not the chastisement. You know, get the Proverbs 3:11. And then we can get that mic out.
Oh yeah, this the book of Proverbs. Salakia. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 9.
11.
Salakia verse. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction.
You see, we don't have to be weary or despise it. Because he's correcting us, man.
It's for the better.
It's for the better. If somebody's correcting you, be like, nah, that's not... Bro, you're going off, man. You got to accept that, man. You know, you can't be in that proud spirit, I know everything, because we don't know shit, you know? The Lord, whatever the Lord give us, that's what we know. You see? So when he's correcting you, either through a brother, you know, an elder, you know, you got to take up, you know, if the brother or the elder, you know, from your camp, you know, he's correcting you, you take that correction, you know? You know, you're in the flesh, you know, you're a man. Of course, you know, if you're going to kind of be like, yo, what the
you feel some type of way.
You feel some type of way,
but
you
it's
know?
like, you got to, man up, bro. You
got to man up, because that's feminine, bro. We don't have room for feelings here, bro. You know, you just got to take the correction, because ultimately, that's Yahweh Hashem Yahushua who told that brother, yo, tell this brother, yo, he's going off, bro. He's supposed to go that way. He's supposed to do this, not that, you know? So you gotta take it. You see?
And feelings, if you get caught up in feelings, that's Satan trying to cause division within the brethren, you know?
Exactly. You see? Go on.
Yeah, you gotta be a man, bro. You know? When your brother tells you, you know? If a brother tells you something, you gotta take it with, you know?
You take it with joy, you know? And when it's like you're getting chatty, the water it's the same thing, bro. If the brother's correcting you, the water man, because you weren't able to see it, you know? You didn't see it. You know? That's why the brotherhood is also important, you know? Iron sharpeneth iron, you know? Whenever you're going off, you know, the brother's gonna see it, he's gonna correct you. And likewise, you know, it's vice versa, you know? If that brother's going off, you tell him too, you know? And that's ultimately the Lord correcting you, chastening you, you know? To be likened unto his image. You see?
Oh, you wanted that, Michael? Do we finish the,
Which one? Actually, I think there was a bit more in Proverbs, huh?
Salakia. Yeah, Khan. There was a bit more continuing on in Proverbs chapter 3 and 12. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth. Even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth.
You see? The Lord corrects you, even as the Father, the one he delights in, man. The Lord's going to correct you regardless, you know? He that loves his son often, Ecclesiasticus 30 and 1. You see?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 1. He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod.
You see? He that loveth his son often causeth... Bro, if the Lord loves you, he's gonna beat you, man. You see? Go on.
That he may have joy of him in the end.
You see, that he may have joy in him in the end. This is for the end game, man.
Yeah.
It's for the end game.
God.
Cause what's that end game? That salvation. Once you get delivered, you see, that's when the Lord is gonna have, you know, it's gonna delight in him. It's gonna delight in you. You see, at the end. It said at the end, you know. Although you're going through it right now, you're like, oh man, bro, this shit is hell, man, for bro. How long y'all about you gonna shine, you know? Yeah. But at the end, he's gonna rejoice in you. You see? And you're gonna be rejoicing too as well, you know?
You done? Verse 2. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
You see? Yeah, man. The Lord's chastise you. Hey, he's gonna, you know, the angels are so in the spirit. Well, they know where you're getting chastened into. And then once you come up, Salakia, once you get out that tribulation, you know, oh hey, you made it, you know, hey,
they rejoice.
You know, that's my son, you know, you know, that's mine right there, you know. Hey, let me rejoicing in you, man. You see? Hey, if you don't catch the rod, man, you're considered as a bastard. Hebrews, back to that Hebrews.
Is it Hebrews correct?
Hebrews 12, bastards. If he doesn't chasten you, you're bastards. Paraphrasing. You see? Man, once you get out that tribulation, man, you know, whatever that form, you know. Yeah, shit. Hey, he made it, man. That's my guy, you know. Good. You see?
Con. Hebrews 12 and 5. Do we already?
Yeah, we read.
I'm gonna jump to. We read it.
Yeah, you can go through it.
Con. Hebrews chapter 12 and 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastising of the Lord.
Despise it not, don't despise it. If anything, you rejoice in it. What's that passage when in Acts when the disciples, you know, they went to, actually the apostles, they what's it called? They got beat. Let me Salakia, you know, I don't want to butcher it. Bear with me for a second. Is it this? I think I found. Yeah. Let me start at. Actually, I'm just get to the point. Acts 5 and 41. Actually, let me start at 38. Acts 5 and 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. That was when the apostles, you know, they were doing the work, the miracles, preaching the gospel, you know. And verse 39. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. And to him they agreed. And when they had called the apostles and beaten them, the apostles got beaten because of the works they were doing. They were doing the works of the Lord, you see? And beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of the Lord Yahushai and let them go. So he told them, he told the apostles, don't preach in the name of Yahushai. You see? Because that name, it was power to it, you see?
God.
It brings in light to it brings light to the things that's being done in secret. You see? And once you preach that name to a piece of the Esau's kingdom, it crumbles. So if Esau says that, they'll be like, yo, you'll tell him he's not preaching that name anymore. You know?
Try to hide it.
You see? Read on, verse 41. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. See, the apostles rejoiced when they got beat. You see, they rejoiced, man. They weren't like, ah, man, fuck, you know when when you're a kid, your dad beats you, you're all mad and shit, yeah. But them, they didn't get mad, but they rejoiced, man. They were like, yo, the water, how about Shimei Shai? Because they were worthy to get beat for his name. You see?
Yeah, I got something real quick. Romans chapter 5, and I'm going to start at the top. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with the Most High through our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace, wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations.
Come on, man. We glory in tribulation, man. Yo, if somebody outside sees you, you're happy, got your helmet, what the fuck? This guy's crazy, bro. You know? I mean, this guy's crazy, bro. How come he's living this, bro? Yo.
Even when judgment is executed on somebody, somebody that and that person knows, it doesn't faze you.
Yeah.
But that person is of a sad countenance,
Exactly.
And then they look at you like, why you know what I mean? Why you not? Why you not? You laughing and because we know what happened.
Judgment, man.
Man.
Yeah, that was a beautiful precept.
I'm gonna read that again, 5 and 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience.
Ah, come on, man. That's the correction, man. That's the correction Yahweh Shimei Shai is. He's putting you, giving you. He's correcting you those instructions to building that patience for the kingdom. What's that patience for? It's for the kingdom. What else is that patience gonna be for?
Real quick. Actually, I'm gonna read on that. Knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience.
Experience is what? Wisdom. Experience is wisdom. Go.
And experience hope.
Hey. Experience hope. We're hoping for the kingdom. Experience hope.
Real quick.
God.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 14 and verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Much tribulation, not little, much. Although it's little, but it's much, because at that time when you're going through it, it's a lot, man. But through much tribulation, we're gonna enter into the kingdom. Too much tribulation. That's why, Ecclesiasticus 2:1.
Come serve your
Prepare thy soul for temptation, because through much tribulation, that's when we're gonna enter into the kingdom. You see? We're gonna wrap it up with Wisdom of Solomon.
The 5th chapter.
No, 3.
The third chapter. Real quick, you want to finish the second Esdras?
Come.
Just real quick. Going back to the second Esdras, chapter 7 and verse, I'm going to read 7 again. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. And only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
but one. You see, that's what scriptures say. Work on your own salvation with fear and trembling. Because it's one person at a time. It's not, I'm gonna yo, I can come with me, Nah, bro, you work on your own salvation with fear and trembling. Because that path is narrow, man. It's thin. Yeah. It's only for one body, Can't put, one body at a time, bro. It's not.
Can't go hand in hand with somebody, you know what I mean?
Can't.
Even, although you have brethren, but it's still your own. You gotta look at your own.
Exactly. You pray for the brothers, You pray for your family and all, You pray for them. Because, hey, some brothers, their family might get saved, their loved ones, But, we are going to have family members that's going to make it to the kingdom,
Yeah.
Of course. And that's where you got to pray, pray for the brothers and pray for the, for your family and loved ones. You see? But it says, bro, one at a time, bro, that path is narrow, man. And it's one way.
One way.
It's a
one way.
One way, bro. One way. There's only one way.
One more.
God.
Verse 9. And if the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Come on, man.
You have to go through it.
You gotta go through it. If Yahweh Shai went through it, best believe you're gonna go through it as well. Because it's gonna lead to that perfection. You get that same glorious body as Yahweh Shai.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The wisdom song. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
You see? Though they be chastened. Speak Salaki, read that again.
For though they be punished in the sight of men.
See, we're punished in the sight of men. You see? We're punished. In a sense, you can see us going out in the highways and byways as a type of punishment, because people are looking at you, you're like a spectacle, people are looking at you,
And that's us putting our body as a living
sacrifice. You see?
The pavement,
The
pavement hurting the backs, the knees, the ankles,
in the sight of men.
And that's a part of the cross we have to bear.
Exactly.
Because Yahweh showed us this path that we have to walk in, and we're walking it.
Exactly.
These are things we have to bear.
We gotta bear, man. Go on.
For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
Hey, you see? Because this chastisement right here, man, although it seems big, man, but it's little. Once you wake up, once you're back into the chariot, back to, when you get delivered, man, you'll be like, oh shit, man, I finally woke up from that nightmare. For waking me up from this nightmare, Because once you come, Salakia, once you go into the kingdom, it's going to be for eternity. It's an eternal rulership. Of course, this right here that, you're going through is going to be like, but for a moment, little, a little chastisement, but a great reward.
Real quick, Romans 8 and verse, I'm going to start at 17. And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
You see? We gotta suffer with Yahweh Shai. The same way Yahweh Shai went through much tribulation. Best believe we're gonna go through that as well. Because in order before honor comes humility. We have to go through that process of humility before we get to be honored, to get that fame, that praise. You see? Yahweh Shai went through it, man. We're gonna go through it. John, come on, man. All the prophets, man, they went through hell, man.
And they humiliated Yahweh Shai. They spat on him, they slapped him, they put him up on the cross. But after that, what happened? You got honored by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You got to sit at the right hand of Yahweh.
And best believe those same people, they're back here today. They're gonna, man, they're gonna feel the indignation of Yahweh Shai, man. Oh, whew, man, I would not want, But Bakashah, Lord willing, I wasn't one of those people, Hey, because, young lion. So the scriptures say, he's a young lion, man. He's roaring. Come on.
One more, verse 18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Cannot be compared, man.
Yeah, so this is light. What we're going through is light, but though it seems hard, you gotta keep pushing, you know?
You gotta keep pushing,
Keep
man.
going. Keep pressing gas, man. Don't stop.
You know, keep pressing that gas, bro. But hey, if you stop, man, nobody's gonna, you know.
Yeah, you done, bro.
The train's leaving, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if you get out the train, bro, hey.
That's it.
If you turn your hand from the plow, man, hey,
So right.
would have been better than you didn't even put your hand on it, bro.
You know, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself.
You see, he proved us to that little chastisement. He proved us. You see? Because what us going through that, you know, those tribulations, you know, he's trying to see, yo, is he going to go the right way? That's him proving us, you know?
Or is he going to fold?
Yeah, is he going to fold like a t-shirt, you know? Yeah, is he going to fold like a t-shirt, you know? He's watching us, you know? He puts the what's it called? The fire right there, you know? Or whatever, the tribulation, whatever you have to go through, that family, whatever shape or type of form that the Lord puts that hell on you, you know? He puts it there, he's like, oh, what is he going to do, you know? Ultimately, he already knows what you're going to do, you know? But he's proving you, you know? That, because once we're in the kingdom, bro, we're going to be talking about all these hell that, you know, we went through, man. You know, Lord willing, we're up that number.
Bro. And scriptures say that because we won't be talking about the Exodus anymore, but we'll be talking about how we got delivered out of Babylon.
You see, that's how he found us worthy.
Yeah.
That's what it said,
Lord,
right?
We can't, Lord willing, we be of that. You know, I'm going to read that again. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them.
Proved them. He proved us to those tribulations. Yahweh Shemeshra, he proved us. That's why we're going to be able to come back to these times and, you know, oh shit, we went through that. Yeah? Yahweh Shemeshra, you know, he's going to be delighted in us because we overcame those tribulations.
And the brother in Mississippi, he was talking about that, how in the ancient world, they would actually have a council with kings, you know? And they'll be telling their stories.
God, exactly,
you know?
bro.
The kings, they tell their stories of how the journey they embarked on, and you know.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be the same thing in the kingdom. Yeah, King's time.
Yeah, King's time. Yeah.
God.
For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace had he tried them.
As gold in the furnace he tried them, in that fire, so that we're proved, you know. To be able to have that reward, for the Lord to have delight in us, man. You know? And want that?
And receive them as burnt offering.
See, he's gonna receive us as a burnt offering.
Sweet savor smells.
Come on, man. Yo. Hey, man, yo, we gotta go through that fire, man. There's no other way, man. There's no other way. There's no dodging this, man. You know, there's no dodging.
There's no back door.
There's no back door. There's only one exit. Yeah. There's no, you know, there's an exit right there. Nah, man. Straight and narrow is the gate, you know? Is the path, man. Straight and narrow, man. And that path leads to what? To perfection. Perfection, being likened unto Yahweh Shai. You see? And best believe we gotta go through that, man. There more?
Oh, that's
gone. So with that, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem,
Wakakodash. Lord willing, this was edifying to the brothers and sisters that's out there listening, pushing this word to get out of here, you know. So with that, shalom.
Shalom. You got it, huh? Okay, man.